Hi everyone, it's Andrea, or Confessions of a Book Addict. Yesterday, Colin and I went to Authors Unlimited at St. Joseph's College in Patchogue, and it was so much fun, and we got to meet a lot of authors. Um, One in particular I was very happy to see. Adam Silvera was there, one of my favorite authors. And what Authors Unlimited is basically it's for teenagers. Librarians are invited as well. And it gives teens the opportunities to speak with authors and find out, why they wanted to write, how they got into writing, about the publishing industry. So a lot of the teens that were there were aspiring authors. And my son Colin as well just won the poetry contest in our library. I wasn't biased at all. Um, so we met quite a few authors, and I've gone to a few of these things, and the authors have been cool, but it's never been like a favorite author, except when I met Sarah J. Maas. But I'll start out with Mark Alpert's book, which is The Six, and it's the first in a trilogy, so it goes, I believe, The Six, The Siege, and then there's a third book coming out in July 1st. I think that's called The Silence. And it's about a teenage boy with muscular dystrophy, Adam, who kind of lives vicariously through his virtual reality game. And then his father creates like an artificial intelligence program called Sigma. And then Sigma is trying to take over humanity. So Adam and 5 other terminally ill teenagers need to try to take down Sigma. So the author, he was very nice, and when we go to signings, since I go to a decent amount, I get half the book signed to Colin and half to me. And so this one's to Colin. It says, to Colin, Robots Rule, Science Rocks, from Mark Albert. So that was cool, and he was very nice, and he had a whole conversation with Zoraida Cordova, excuse me. This is the third in a trilogy, which we bought on accident because we don't own the first 2. And she actually just came out with Labyrinth Lost as well. So basically the way the author described this was it's an urban fantasy and it's about mermaids in Coney Island. A lot of these authors that were there are, native New Yorkers. So that was fun. This sounds good. I was really hoping to get the first one. We went afterwards to see if we could grab it, and it was gone by the time we went there. The next book is Send by Patty Blown. And this author was very honest and very heartfelt the way she wrote this book, because it's kind of based on what her family went through. It's about a bully who had caused another teenager to kill himself, and kind of what the bully has to go through after that, after he's moved to another town and is trying to, live with what he's done. And what the author said, what Patty said, was that her son was the one that was being bullied, and she said, it was only in one class, but it affected him so much that he wanted to kill himself. And then later on in his life, he actually, after he got help, then became a bully himself. But she stopped that in its tracks. So she was very honest, and this sounds really good. And she signed it as well. She signed this one from me. And I forgot to show you the signature from Miss Cordova, Zoraida Cordova. And it says, Colin, swim on. So that was kind of cool. So for the final 2 books, which are from my favorite author, one of my favorite authors, my favorite contemporary author, definitely, Adam Silvera. Again, another native New Yorker. And the first one is More Happy Than Not, which is about 16-year-old Aaron Soto. And he's trying to get over a personal tragedy, and he meets a new friend that he can't deny his feelings for. So he falls in love with this boy, and he's a Puerto Rican who lives in the Bronx, and that's, a big no-no there. So what he wants to do is get a memory altercation a memory-altering surgery done. And it's kind of, it's heartbreaking. Like when we saw Adam and he did his talk, that's basically what I asked was, why do you want to rip out the hearts of your readers? And, it's just an amazing story. And he said to me when I went up to talk to him that, no one sees the ending coming, and you really don't. And it's really well written. And this was his debut novel. And he signed this one to me because this was my favorite of the two he has out. Andrea, thanks for chatting. More happy rereading. Adam Silvera. So that was cool. And then we also got his newest book. I finally got the hardcover edition, and it's History Is All You Left Me. And this is about a boy named Griffin, and his ex-boyfriend drowns. Now, you find that out on page 1, literally. Adam said his goal was to get people crying on page 1, which he managed to do. And all throughout the whole book. And it's an alternate timeline, because it switches between history and now. So what Griffin's trying to do is he's trying to get through the loss of his ex-boyfriend, and it's affecting him because he always thought they were going to get back together. And the way he's coping is he's leading on Griffin's current boyfriend, at the time when he passed away. And it's kind of the story between them and everyone around them, and it's just, again, it's amazing. It's an Adam Silvera book. It's heartbreaking in every way imaginable. And he signed this one to Colin. So he said, Colin, thanks for your question. Make History, Adam Silvera. He's coming out with the book, They Both Die at the End, and that's coming out in September. So it sounds like a happy read. These are some of the pictures we took at Authors Unlimited when we were spending time with Adam at the signing and in between sessions. So that was a lot of fun. And here are the signatures that are in our books. So that's really cool. But that was it was an amazing time. He was such a nice guy, and he took the time to talk to us between sessions, and when everyone was getting their autographs, he took the time to talk to everybody that was in the line and take pictures. So yeah, that was our experience at Authors Unlimited. We also got a book called Charles and Emma, but the line for the author was very long, and I was only willing to wait for Adam's long line, no one else's. But, that's really all I have to say. I get to do these things, and I'm very lucky because I'm a librarian, and they send me to these places, and it's amazing. So I recommend the profession to anybody and everyone. If you love to read, it's the perfect job. So keep reading.